I'm gonna drink all of this before I finish. Hi everyone, my name is Hannah, if you didn't know, and now you do, and today I'm doing a what am I currently reading video. So hi, yeah, we're doing it. This one will be edited and uploaded, I pinky swear. So, last month in June, I was in like a bit of a reading slump. a bit, not having it. But this month, I've already finished 4 books. I'm on track to finish another 4 books, but I'm also reading books that I'm currently not tracking on Storygraph. So this could come out to be like a 14 book month. Who? Me? Why? I haven't done that since March. But I figured I would just pop on here and do a little reading update, what I'm currently reading. If you know me, you know that I read multiple books, multiple formats, multiple genres. It's like TV to me. Now, if something catches my attention, I just stop reading the other books, like if it's a high fantasy or if it's a sci-fi, if it's like a contemporary that's really got me thinking and annotating, because that's what I love to do a lot for some reason. This is just decorative background stuff. The books that I'm currently reading are right here and right here. So yeah, wait a minute. I finished 6 books so far this month. Anyways, I guess I finished 6 books and I'm on track to finish another 4. I guess I'll start with arcs because, like, why not? They're coming out. I'll have reviews about them out soon anyways. An arc is an advanced reader's copy of a book. It's basically like a PR thing. It's to build up hype buzz around a book that's coming out. I've been getting arcs, I think, since November. And they've been books that I didn't really have a vested interest in, but I was reading them to do reviews. And then I found out, like, arcs just really aren't for me unless I'm super interested in the book. Like, it's gotta be a new book that I have never heard of or an author I've never heard of and I'm just super intrigued by it. And it cannot be a part of a series that I'm currently reading because I want the physical copy to annotate. So that's what I've learned about me and my arc styles. But I decided to crack down on my arcs and make a NetGalley account because you can request audiobooks on NetGalley, and I usually get my arcs from Edawise. I don't think Edawise has audiobooks. Like, I don't think they've incorporated that feature yet, which is a shame considering they work with booksellers, and I feel like they should offer audiobooks as well. But NetGalley does. So I was scrolling on YouTube one day and Princess of Paperback posted a video of like all the books she read last month in June, and one was this particular book, and so I was like, fine, I'll request it. Immediately loved it, and I found a finished copy of it. So this book does not officially release until July 26th, but you could probably find it in bookstores a little earlier like I did. That is A Strange and Stubborn Endurance by Falls Meadows. I even have my little bookmark in here because I am currently annotating all of the parts that I've already listened to. I've only read like 2 or 3 adult fantasies and I'm trying to branch out into more of them, but YA is my comfort spot. I just love YA so much. I read the synopsis of it. I did check the trigger warnings, which definitely check those. I will have those up in a review that I do of this book. There is a sexual assault scene that takes place within like the first 20 pages of this book, and I got the audio arc for it and I was not expecting it at all, so I did have to pause and like take a step back. But that sexual assault scene is the catalyst for the rest of the book. A ton of other political stuff going on in the background. There is like assassinations, there is like betrayal, and that's only in the first 130 pages. This is a fantasy book that is like really deep in the political intrigue genre, and I love that. I love a book that has political intrigue. It does kind of suck that the whole like sexual assault was the catalyst for that, but it's making up for it. It's making up for it. Is it gonna rain? So that is A Strange and Stubborn Endurance. I hope that made sense. Second arc that I'm currently in the middle of is actually an e-arc on my Kobo, and that is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Daisy Jones and the Six and obsessed. I'm so excited for the Amazon short series. So Carrie Soto is Back is about Carrie, a professional tennis player who has been retired for a while, and the book opens when she's at a junior tennis match. And she sees this up-and-coming tennis star that is about to break her personal record that she set of, I think, the most Grand Slams won. But she is like watching this match, and she's like, what's gonna happen if she breaks my record? Like, do I come out of retirement? Do I defend my title? Like, what do I do? And her dad's like, if you want to, I'll coach you. And it's basically showing her life from when she was a child all the way up until like this point in the match. If you know how Taylor Jenkins Reid writes, you know that for this particular series, she is like obsessed with time. So it's broken up into like the year and then the tennis matches that Carrie has. Like every year she's had like 2 or 3 tennis matches, and that's how the story is being told, and that's how you can see like the development of Carrie's father, like her relationship with her mother. So happy I got an arc of this book. I think I'm 20% of the way through it. Is on my Kobo, which I usually read this at night. So lately I've just been too exhausted to read. That's why I'm stuck at 20%. This one comes out August 30th. So it comes out at the end of August. And I will definitely have a review up by then. So those are all of the arcs that I'm currently listening to / reading. We're going to move on to the books that are published. Some of these are new releases, some of these are not new releases, I think. Yeah. These are just books that I've been reading. They're not tracked on my Storygraph yet, simply because, I don't know, I like to get like 50 pages into a book before I like track it on Storygraph. Because then I know that I'll probably finish it, So I recently finished Raybearer, but I am sort of rereading this to re-annotate the hardcover edition. I do have the paperback, but I really wanted a hardcover to match my hardcover of Redemptor. This is the second book in the Raybearer duology, and I loved book 1. I love book 1 with my whole heart. I'm like 10% of the way through, and you're actually starting to see like how the events of book 1, how the relationships of book 1 are like played out in book 2. I can't go into heavy detail about book 2 because that would give heavy spoilers for book 1, and you just need to read them. Like, why did I sleep on Raybearer for so long? Why did it take me like a year to read this book? I need to know, because this book was so good. This book was so good. Redemptor so far is so good. I need to finish this book, and that is to finish Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. So listen, reading this as an adult is pissing me off. The way that the adults are acting, treating Percy, treating these children, it is actively making me upset. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but I just cannot stand the incompetency of these adults and how they're not thinking things through. I never read the book, and now I'm reading the book, and the book is pissing me off. Granted, the incompetency of the adults in the movie also pissed me off, but for some reason, this is just a whole new level. I think I will only read book 1 and we'll be done. If I had read this when I was a kid, I probably would have ate this shit up, but I did not. I read it as an adult, and I'm not thrilled at all. It's not bad, it's just not for me, and I feel like that's okay. I am finding that a lot of like early 2000s and 2010s fantasy book and young reader books are just not my cup of tea. That's just where we are. The next book that I'm reading is on rotation. This is a fiction book that just came out. It's been on my radar forever. This is like one book that I saw as an arc, and after reading the synopsis decided not to request it because I knew that I was going to want a physical copy to annotate. It is basically our main character comes from a Ghanaian American family, and Angela is the oldest, and she has like a clear path for herself. Like, she has set these rules and these milestones for her to reach so she can feel successful, like getting into med school, marrying somebody successful, having a group of friends, and like making her family proud. And all in like the course of a day, all of those things just crumble away from her, and she's trying to figure out how to like rebuild herself apart from this identity that she's made for herself, Last 2 books that I'm reading are books that I feel like I could read in a day if I just stopped everything and read. And we're gonna go with the first one, and that is American Royalty. I am like 50% of the way through this, or not 50%, 50 pages into it, so I'm going to put it on my story graph today, and I already started annotating. I have tabs. I love romance books. Oh my god. So this is like Meghan Markle, Prince Harry. Our Prince Jameson is like out of the royal spotlight. He's a teacher in Birmingham. He wants nothing to do with like the royal title, the family, the drama, nothing like that. His grandfather passed away, and his grandmother, the queen, wants to hold like a concert in memory of him, and she says Jameson's going to be like the face of this. He's going to be the face. He's going to get the entertainment. He's going to basically market this whole thing. And he's like, I don't want to do this. Oh no. He gets an assistant. He's paired up for it, but he is like so out of his depth in doing all of this. Enter in Danny, aka Duchess, who is an up and coming rap star in the States. Danny is like bad bitch energy. She is that girl. Oh my god. She is like at the height of her rap career. She is also the owner and founder of this skincare company that she's trying to like sell to get like a shit ton of money, right? When she gets invited to perform at this concert and she has to stay with Jameson throughout the entire thing, obviously there's going to be a romance. I don't know how things are going to escalate, but apparently they escalate quickly. Wait, were those text conversations? I'm a sucker for a good text or email thread in a book. I love those. Anyways, I'm loving it so far. It's funny. I just keep getting distracted while reading it. Jameson is literally the quiet, reserved boy who's like, I just want to live my life. Can you please let me live my life? And Danny is so out there, and she's so extra, but like in the best way, like in her way. I love it. Love everything about this book so far, and I'm probably gonna finish it in one sitting. And the very last book I have to show you guys is a manga, and it is Our Dining Table. This is a BL manga. BL stands for Boy Love. I also want to annotate this one because I feel like there's going to be some cute ass scenes in here. So you're following our main character, who is like a salary man. He just works in an office, has a boring everyday life, and then he meets this other man who takes care of his younger brother, and so they like look like a little family. And one night he is invited to their house for dinner, and he just ends up spending time with them. They end up forming a little romance. I feel like it's going to be a cute little BL situation. This is a standalone manga. Usually I can read these in like 2 or 3 days, but because I'm so interested in it and the storyline seems so cute, I think I'm just gonna like try and finish it really quickly. So these are all the books, all the books I'm currently reading or in the middle of rereading for annotation or need to finish or something like that. This is a huge stack of books. I am well aware of that. But like I said, last month in June, I was in a reading slump, and I could not, for the life of me, finish a book. I did not feel like finishing anything. I just read a bunch of manga, hoping that would get me out of my slump. And now this month, it's more like go, go, go. I'm constantly listening or reading to something, like listening to something, reading something. I have all of my e-readers charged at all times. I have my AirPods charged because I'll be damned if it's gonna die in the middle of a book. And lately, these spicy romances have been being a little too spicy. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I don't want to be that person that's like, comment this down below, but I will be that person. Tell me what you guys are currently reading. Tell me what the last book you read is. Tell me what your favorite book you've read is, or just leave an emoji. So leave either a peach emoji or a wedding ring emoji down below, because these are the 3 books I'm super excited to finish. I'm gonna have all my socials linked somewhere down below on the screen, on my actual page, and I will see you somewhere else on the internet.